We are live. We are live. Bonjour, bonjour, everybody. And welcome everybody to a live stream. And the topic is overwhelm. So let's see who we have at the moment. So if you can say where you are from. So I'm going to say bonjour to everybody. Bonjour, Gabe, Caroline from North Houston, Texas. Joyce from Singapore, Laurelie from Vlore, Albania, Ali Blue from Michigan. Oh, bonjour Wendy. Bonjour Distal from Montréal. Elizabeth from Vancouver. Liz from Saint Louis. Brenda from Wales in the UK. So nobody else is here. Buongiorno from Sicily, from Glad. Sean from California. Hello, Sean again. And Liz Krisky. I absolutely love the blouse we are wearing. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to show you because it's actually a dress. It's a dress. Let's have a look at my dress. Thank you very much. I love the sleeves. Look how feminine and romantic they are. Ooh, very artistic. Oh, we have many people coming on the live stream. Okay. Elizabeth from New Jersey, Heather from Tennessee, Lara from Florida, Cynthia Houston, Laura Arizona, Barbara from Germany, Nancy from Ottawa, Judy, beautiful, Wanda from Poland, Jan from Corfu, Lady from Denmark. Thank you, D-Style. D-Style says you look amazing, Marianne. We have viewers from Belgrade, Serbia, Florida, Yorkshire, Finland, Quebec, Manchester, Allemagne, Germany, Wisconsin, and Sweden. So we're going to start now. The topic is overwhelmed. So welcome everybody from all over the world for joining us today on our live call. And the topic is a topic that is really among many of you, and it is overwhelmed. Overwhelmed in style, overwhelmed with what you see in your wardrobe, overwhelmed with style advice. You don't know which one to pick. Overwhelmed by many things that you read, many things that you see, overwhelmed from fashion. You don't know what to wear, that kind of thing. So overwhelmed as a whole. So please tap your questions in the comments and I'll get to them. And please comment. And of course, please give me some love with your hearts. Thank you very much. Give me a heart, a thumbs up. And of course, share the live stream to all your friends. And why not my channel while you're at it? Thank you very much. So while you are thinking about your questions or your comment, I will start with a few questions already that were sent to me before the live stream. A comment from Flip Mac. I feel overwhelmed because of wanting to do too much chic all at once. Well, here, I think you have to pause for a minute and, simplify your style. Too much chic all at once. I think you need to think about what you want to wear, one piece at a time, and how to really simplify the outfit. Another question from Susan. How can I take the overwhelm out of my wardrobe? I have so much choice. Again, that is a great question. Because you have said it, actually. You have so much choice. And Having too much choice actually can really make decision making very, very difficult, because the more you have, the more it is difficult to make a decision. You can't see the wood for the trees. Imagine yourself being so lucky to be in Italy and going inside a gelateria, and they have tons and tons and tons of flavors of ice cream. And we know how the ice creams are delicious. So you have, let's say over 100 flavors. How can you make a choice? Well, it's going to take you half an hour. It's going to be so difficult. But if you had in front of you only 3 flavors, let's say strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate, how easy would it be for you to make a decision? I think very easily. You just choose one flavor. For me, to be chocolate, of course, but it would be so much easier than choosing from 100 plus. So I think, Susan, you have too many clothes in your wardrobe. So a good thing would be for you to declutter, do a good pruning in that wardrobe of yours, so you can actually see afterwards, once you have removed anything that is no longer you, that's not aware, does not suit you, flatter you, etc. You will have something that at the end of it, at least, will resemble the skeleton, let's say, of the wardrobe that you want to wear. And little by little, you can add things in that wardrobe. So I hope, Susan, that was helpful to you. Next one from Amy. I get overwhelmed by all the conflicting style advice. What should I do? And again, you get conflicting style advice, maybe because you are looking everywhere. I could advise you to just stick to me and I give you the best advice. But of course, I am a little bit biased, but really not so much, because I think that the most advice we try to get advice on this one, that one, and the other, and we end up with a patchwork of advice that some may be all right, some may not be so great, and we don't know which one to apply to our style. So I think you need to think about your own style. What is your style? Are you into French chic? Are you into boho? Are you into high fashion, something like that? And then find a person that gives you the best advice in that area. Of course, for me, I give French chic style advice. I am a French woman and I live in France, and I think I am, very well placed to give you the right advice. I hope that was helpful to you, Amy. Okay. A question from Liz. I recently lost my husband. So sorry, Liz. And I get overwhelmed by grief whenever I choose something he liked to see me in. What should I wear? What should I do? Well, two things I'm thinking about, Liz. Maybe is to think about why not, how does it make you feel when you want to wear something that your husband used to like you in? If it brings up good memories, maybe you want to continue wearing those. Or really, if it gives you, makes you sad, etc., brings up sad memories, maybe you want to put those pieces to one side, or remove them from the wardrobe if they don't bring you happy memories, if that's something that you wish to do, really. So there are two things that I think about. Again, my condolences to you, Liz. I hope that was helpful to you. A question from Evelyn. I got my colors done, but now I get overwhelmed and confused trying to choose colors that are supposed to suit me, but don't. What do I do? Evelyn, I hear this same question, this same comment all the time. People have had their colors done and they are more confused now than they ever were. So it's either you get, let's say, you have the colors done, and let's say you are such a season, or you have your colors done, and maybe you've been told you are a gaming minimal I don't know. I don't know these, but they tell you to do. But I know that for the season, you are given about a dozen colors and shades, and that is very restrictive. So when you go out with the colors that you have been given, you realize that maybe none of them are in the shops. What do? You don't know. So it is very confusing. Or maybe you are given so many shades and you don't know which way to take. Sometimes the advice is conflicting. So that's a kind of very common overwhelm. The thing that I advise is to have your, not the colors done, but to take each piece in its own merit and do the color test that are advised. Put the piece right next to you, to your face, in the full light, in a natural light, because this is the light that matters, a natural light. And in front of the mirror, have a look, the effect on you. Okay, if you look tired, it's not for you. And if you look refreshed and as if you've come back for a holiday, this is for you. Okay, a question from Janice. I love French chic. Oh, great. But see some French women in articles online wearing things that look very American or not French at all, like skinny jeans, ripped jeans, baseball caps, and transparent tops which don't look chic at all. Well, again, I think you are on the same page as me because I see that I read articles about French chic written by women who are not French themselves, who've maybe never been in France even, who probably don't know much about French chic style. And unfortunately, what they rely on is either they take photos of models who happen to be in Paris on Fashion Week, or fashionistas who happen to be, again, on Fashion Week outside the areas. So these people don't dress like normal Frenchmen. Or they take photos of Instagrammers, French Instagrammers. But we know that Instagrammers are usually into high fashion, or very, very rarely do you see a French Instagrammer that is into French style. A couple of them, maybe I've seen a couple of them who are more into French style, that high fashion. But the rest don't really resemble what we wear in France, what we're into that style. Especially if you see those people with plenty of designer wear, not really that French chic at all. So I think what you need to do, Janice, is stick with me, or listen to a Frenchwoman who lives in France, because I think we know what we're talking about. We see the French style every day out there. We are French ourselves, so we have this what you call all these guidelines that we've been brought up with, etc. We know what we're talking about. And I've even seen what is worse and worse now, is on YouTube, is those AI videos. I've watched a couple and I was horrified. So they mentioned French style, but they obviously take, so the women, either they are AI, created by AI themselves, or they take B-roll from women who usually don't look like a French woman to me. So stay away from these, because the advice by AI, not great, especially the women they're portraying. So there's a lot of, shall I say, not really current, correct advice out there. So be careful who you are watching the advice or getting the advice from. Okay. A question from Jacqueline. Overwhelm en français, c'est quoi? Overwhelm, je prendrais quelqu'un qui est confus, la confusion. So I would think it's confusion. It's just too much, and you're confused. You don't know what decision to make. A comment from Ali Blue. I have lots of clothes, got rid of some, but still lots left. Ali Blue, please continue with your decluttering because you still got lots left. Is it too much for you? Have a look at each piece. Don't just go quickly, but take your time and take each piece in its own merit. What do you feel with this piece? Is it a wow or is it no? If you tend to make excuses to keep that piece, it's definitely not a wow. From Lady Eileen, I've just lost 90 pounds and have absolutely nothing to wear. Where do I start? I hardly know my size now. I'm 71, but feel like in my 40s. Well, you need to start from scratch. So create your skeleton wardrobe. You need some basics. For instance, what are your basics? Things that you're going to wear to make other pieces work. So you're going to need, for instance, little tops or tank tops or t-shirts or basic tops, basic sweaters, maybe a pair of jeans or two if you like jeans, or a pair of black trousers, something like that, maybe white trousers. But start with these need to be neutrals, and after that you build on top. So for instance, you're going to have your statement pieces, your investment pieces. So you need a coat, you need a jacket, think about your lifestyle. What do you do? Where do you go? And then, again, neutral colors. But then once you have your neutral palette, your neutral colors that suit you, the shade that suits you, of course, you can add a couple, 2 or 3 colors if you like. So I hope that was helpful. But if you don't know how to create a capsule wardrobe from scratch, have a look on my website. I have masterclasses on how to create capsule wardrobe per season. So I hope that was helpful for you, Lady Eileen. Next, a question from Connie. I get overwhelmed when I'm trying to add accessories. What is too much? I wear small earrings. I would love to add a necklace or scarf. It's very much a question of taste with jewelry. In France, we tend to, as French women, we tend to wear minimal amount of jewelry. So, I mean, I'm very much a minimal with jewelry. As you can see, I don't have that much. I've got a necklace. I've got these. They all match in metal. But you can wear, whatever you want, but don't go overboard so that it's not overwhelming. You said that you wear small earrings, so that's fantastic. Small earrings and maybe a necklace. You can wear a necklace or a little scarf. So that is, that would be great. But if you try to think of the focus, so for instance, if you wear a scarf, the focus is going to be on the scarf. So don't wear a scarf, for instance, a lot of bangles, a huge necklace, really visible belt, lots of embellishments, bright shades, and maybe bright pink shoes. That would be too much. So just choose an area of focus. For instance, here would be probably this. And just one. So I hope that is helpful for you, Connie. And a comment from CJ. I feel overwhelmed because I buy pieces that I like without regard for an ensemble or capsule. So I wear everything with black pants or jeans. That is a really good comment. So what can you do? So you need actually to stop this. You need to stop this for now because your capsule is no longer a capsule. It's a mishmash of things. There's too many things that you can't wear together. So what is a capsule wardrobe? A capsule is a really, you can dress well with a minimal number of pieces. Okay, The capsule is a minimal amount of pieces, or a minimal number of pieces that you can wear together, that can be worn as many of the pieces as you have. For instance, if you have a white shirt, it will go with most your trousers and skirt. So that would be a really good item to have in your wardrobe, of course, if you like it and if it suits you. Black pants is a great, or pair of blue jeans is a great piece, for instance, as a capsule wardrobe, because you can wear them with most pieces. But the other tops may not, they may not be versatile. So from now on, whenever you need to do a good audit and a decluttering, and whenever you buy something new, ask yourself, is it a versatile piece? This is a question that we Frenchmen ask ourselves a lot. It's part of our guidelines to shop. Is this a versatile piece to add in your wardrobe? How many pieces can I wear it with? If you can only wear one piece, it is not a versatile piece. A versatile piece is you can wear it with many other pieces in your wardrobe. So that your wardrobe, little by little, will become a capsule. Things can be worn with other pieces. So I hope that is helpful for you, CJ. Another comment from Laurelie. I am overwhelmed by being size US 10 for the first time in nearly 40 years. I am 64 now and dyed my hair ginger. I am totally confused. So I don't know if you have put on weight, now you're being size 10, or if you lost weight and you are now a size 10. But anyway, you change your size, you have a new size now, and you dyed your hair ginger. So things that used to fit you, whether they were too large or too small for you, no longer fit you. So you need to start again from scratch on how to create a capsule wardrobe, and take in consideration the new color of your hair to go with the new shades, because things may no longer suit you because your hair color has changed. So I hope that is helpful for you, Laurelie. A question from Inge. Sometimes I am overwhelmed by special patterns within my summer wardrobe of pieces that still fit me. Of pieces. What would you do if you were me? Overwhelmed special patterns. Have a look at the patterns and have a look, is this pattern wearing you? For instance, if it's too much, all you can see is the pattern. That means that your face disappears. We don't see your face. All we see is the pattern. In this case, you've got to make the decision of getting rid of those pieces. Have a look at, I think, wear each piece with those patterns. Have a look in your mirror and see, really have a good look. You can even take a photograph, a selfie, and see, as you go through, do we see me or do we see only the pattern? What does it do, the pattern, to me? So that you can maybe simplify your wardrobe. Maybe your patterns, your prints are too overwhelming themselves, they're too confusing, there may be too many colors in them, maybe they're too large, that kind of thing. So analyze your patterns, and you have to make decisions as to what to do with them. You may have to make strong decisions. I hope that's helpful for you, Inge. A question from Carol. I find that even though I am in my 60s, I feel like I am in my 40s. So my biggest fear is I look like mutton dressed as lamb. Any tips on what is a total no? I've made a number of videos on looking younger, but the thing to do is not looking like your granddaughter. For instance, not wearing crop tops, macro mini skirts, heels like these, that kind of thing. Maybe not too much makeup also that can hide your features and be too overwhelming. So things that are overly sexy. So I'm in my 60s. I mean, I'm 60. I'm going to be 61 this year. And I feel like in my 40s, just like you. But I go easy on the thing that can look a little bit too young, like this, something that look better on a 16-year-old or 20-year-old, maybe not, the jog pants, athleisure, as I said, things that are too sexy or too young. I hope that was helpful for you. Carol from Lorelei, only a note, I changed my hair color, we changed my colors. Yes, I feel like a wider variety of colors work. And exactly, you need to redo that color test that I mentioned earlier for each garment. Question from Michelle. Is it not best to be either 100% dramatic, 100% classic, and 100% trendy, mixing style states? Yes, I think you are. If you are mixing things, it's going to be maybe. I don't think it's going to work. So what you need to do is, I like the 80-20 thing. That's what we do in France. Yeah, you may have heard of the 80-20 Pareto principle. So, and it works for many things. For instance, we wear usually 20% of our wardrobe. So, for instance, taking into consideration the French style, we do the classic about 80% and the trendy, the fashionable 20%. So it makes it not, otherwise, if you have 100% classic or French style or something, things are going to look a little bit musty, too traditional, too classic, and it's going to look a little bit too boring or too staid or too you know what I mean? So this is why, I see 100% dramatic, 100% classic, 100% trendy. If you wear only thing that is classic, it's going to look too classic. It's going to look although each piece in its own has its own merit individually, but all that will be a look that will be too contrived. That was the word I wanted to use. The look will be contrived. So whether you are into dramatic, classic, or trendy, things will be too much if it's 100%. So try the 80-20 because that usually works. I hope that was helpful, Laurelie. A question from Michelle. No, sorry. I hope that is helpful for you, Michelle. Sorry, I've mixed your name. I apologize. Question from Ang and Andy. The best jeans. What are the best jeans for petites? With thick thighs and hips, and a small waist. Okay, so if you're looking for jeans to look better as a pear shape, it looks to me that it is you have a small waist but thick thighs and hips, so that you're probably a pear shape, or maybe an eyeglass. So try those bootcut styles because they will continue that that style, that proportion, because the thing that the style of jeans you must not go for is the skinny legs, because they will give you that funnel look. So go for the bootcut style. I hope that was helpful to you. The question from Kathy. I get overwhelmed trying to use all your tips to lengthen my very short legs and can't get all the tips into all my outfits all the time. What am I doing wrong? Well, I think it's better in a way to use maybe not all the tips at the same time. Sometimes, you can do it, but I doubt you can use it all the time. So just pick one or two best techniques of mine in order to lengthen your legs visually. So think about also, keep it simple. because sometimes we want to do too much, we get overwhelmed. So think, and one of the pillars of French chic, what I'm calling them pillars of French chic, the main guidelines, it is to keep it simple and less is more. And actually, if I can encapsulate French chic style in one word, that would be this, that would be simplicity. So think about simplicity whenever you are overwhelmed. And that works for everything actually in life. You are overwhelmed, things are too complicated, there are too many things of this, that, and the other. Simplify, simplify, simplify. And it will get better, I assure you. By the way, tomorrow, Friday, at 6 p.m. Paris time, I will be publishing a video all in French with my wonderful friend Adeline. And Adeline is a French lady who has her own boutique called Marraine. I featured her once before, and you loved her as well, as much as I did. So the video is in French, and it's about how to style a pair of navy blue tailored trousers. So Adeline will do most of the speaking. She will do the demonstration, and she will be also wearing each outfit. So this is a video you cannot miss. It will be in French, so you will be asking me, Marianne, I don't understand French. So don't worry. If you will do, I've put at the beginning of the video kind of quick instructions on what you can do. So you will click on the CCs, which are the subtitles, and you choose the language that you want the video to be translated into. If you're English, if you speak English, you will click English and you will have the translation in English. If your language is German, you will click on CC, and your language, you click onto German, etc. So I hope you will watch this video. Where was I? Okay, question from Valdina. What do you think of cropped pants and culottes? Can you wear them and still be French chic? Love your channel. Thank you. Vladina, that is a great question. Cropped pants and culottes. Right. To me, you can wear cropped pants. But be careful, because anything that is cropped will shorten your leg visually. So if you are, for instance, plus size, or if you are petite lady, and if you wear cropped pants, especially the cropped pants that are wide, the wide trousers and cropped. So that is what is a culotte essentially. So you've got to bear in mind that these will shorten your legs visually. So now that you know, you need to make the decision whether or not you want to wear them. I can't force you one way or the other, but you need to know the effect. Okay, so crop pants and culottes will shorten your legs visually. So if you have long legs, you can get away with. If you are petite, or if you have short legs, if you are plus size, be careful, because anything that shortens you also widens you. So I hope that is helpful for you, Valdina. A question from Nikki. Would you recommend styling up bit by bit, or going for the whole look straight away, which could be rather overwhelming? Again, too much. If you want to do, you said, bit by bit or the whole look straight away, it's going to be, first of all, overwhelming, as you rightly mentioned, but also it's going to be almost impossible to do. Let's remember that style is a journey and not a destination. Okay, so you need to think of so many things in the beginning. You need to think by what is your lifestyle currently? What is the style that you are? What do you love wearing? What do you do on a day-to-day basis? And start creating your wardrobe. Start by the basic pieces. and then add investment pieces and add statement pieces. Because if you try to do everything at once, okay, I'm going to go out today and buy all my pieces for my wardrobe. I don't think you would be able to, and you would make many mistakes because you would rush. So think about each pieces thoroughly, as we do in France, French, and we don't buy just pieces like that. We actually think about each piece very, very thoroughly. So style is not a sprint. Okay, it's a journey. It's you need to take your time and think about this. One of the things technique I could advise you on is to take up a journaling, a style journal. If you don't know how to journal, I have a course in my website called Style Journal. I also sell journals, and you ask your question. So it guides you on the question to ask, and that will really, really help you. So I hope that was helpful for you, Nikki. The question from Dino. I am 61, dog walker. How does French Chic fit in my life? Your style need to fit in your life. That's why I always advise my ladies to think about their lifestyle. What do they do on a day-to-day basis? You're 61, you're dog walker. Okay, so what are you going to wear walking your dog? I don't advise a Chanel suit, but you need something practical. And French Chic style is a practical style because we wear the clothes that are comfortable for our activity. Okay, so your activity is dog walking. So I suppose you're going to wear probably trousers and some shoes that are very comfortable because you're going to do some walking, and a top that is either warm, if it's cold, or you can wear a trench coat or raincoat if it's raining, or a t-shirt or a tank top if it's warm. Something can really take off afterwards. Really, style must fit you and not the other way around. Don't fit into a style that is not you, because that's not going to work. But the style needs to fit you and not fit your style. It needs to be you, essentially. So I hope that was helpful for you, Nikki. Nancy, sorry. I mean, I have a garden, I have animals, I have horses. I don't go out there with the, floaty skirt from Little House in the Prairie and flip-flops. No. So I wear the clothes that I need to wear to be around horses. When I walk my dogs, the same. I'm not going to wear flip-flops, for instance. Actually, I don't wear flip-flops, but I don't wear, high heels or things like that. So wear the clothes that are needed for the task. So I hope that was helpful. A comment from Nell Bell. I tend to wear colorful button down and black pants. I am boring myself. I'm boring myself. Well, if you wear clothes, classic is not boring. And you mentioned colorful. I don't find colorful boring. But if maybe you are bored with the pieces that you have, maybe things don't work out quite good for you. Maybe you are buying pieces that are not a wow, and that could be why you are bored. Maybe so have a look in your wardrobe, do an audit. I've been told many times by many of you, Marianne, you get so excited when you're showing us pieces. Yes, because my pieces are wow. So your pieces, your wardrobe should be a wow as well. So I think that's what I'm reading when you're telling me I'm boring myself, probably because your pieces they're boring you. They're not wow. Maybe they're not your colors, your shade. So yes, my clothes make me sing. They make me want to sing and dance, and because they get me all excited. I love them, and this is what you need to find pieces that make you want to sing and dance and make you you know become well silly, and then you won't be boring and you won't be bored by them. So I hope that was helpful to you. A question from Lara: what shade of white is good for natural silver hair? I noticed that my hair looks great with black. That my hair looks well with black and dark colors, but it pales with white. Yes, it could be very pale around your face, but the best thing to do is use the color test that I mentioned earlier in this live stream. So I hope that was helpful for you, Lara. Question from Brenda: I love wearing wide leg jeans, but at 70, am I too old for them? And what is the best to style them with? No, you're not too old to wear wide leg jeans. They are actually they suit many people. Unless, as I mentioned, if you are a petite, but a very short petite, or a plus size petite, you have to be careful. Wide legs, especially the very wide legs, and if you are wearing them with flat shoes, because they could make you shorter and wider. But if not, continue wearing them. And what is the best to style them with? Because they are wide leg, you need to avoid wearing them with something that is wide and loose. Otherwise, it's going to be wide and loose all over your body. So you need to contrast the wide leg with something that is closer fitting to the body, so you can still see your silhouette. I hope that is helpful for you, Brenda. Comment from Karen: I am not overwhelmed by style because, as you alluded to it too, it's not just clothes but reflection of who you are. So if I get it right, I can forget about what I'm wearing and just be me. That is fantastic. That's perfect. Excellent, Karen. A comment from Susie: it takes time to figure out your style. Exactly. I hate to see people giving up on getting dressed. Never give up on yourself, my ladies. And I will never give up on you. So don't give up on yourself. As Karen said, Susie said something, so right. She hates to see people giving up on getting dressed. And we saw that too much during the COVID thing. Everybody has to stay indoors, and everybody, wore jog pants, loose things. Many people didn't even bother getting dressed. But I did a couple of videos on that, and even did a masterclass on that, because I find it so sad. So what's the point? And that's what they were asking themselves. What's the point of getting dressed and not going out? But you can still, that means that when you stay at home, you don't bother getting dressed because you're not going out. No, you do it for you, first of all. And I assure you, when you not only dress up, but get dressed nicely, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel great. So please make an effort. As Susie rightly said, please make the effort. Do not give up on yourself. Comment from D-Style: I feel that for many, styling is overwhelming because they don't take the time to take into consideration their age, lifestyle, body shape, etc. Once you know yourself better, it's a lot easier. Exactly. D-Style, very good. Always, education is a must. And I'm giving you the education via my French Chic Academy, my courses, masterclasses, books, my videos, my live stream. I am giving you that education so that you receive it and you can make the right decision for your style. So you need to, as this style said, you need to know your body shape. You need to know how to dress for your body shape, for that body shape. You need to dress according to your lifestyle. What do you do every day? You need to dress up according to the shade. What shades suit you? What are the shape of the clothes that suit you best? Etc. etc. A question from L. What do you wear when traveling on a plane? Well, I'm going to tell you what I don't wear on a plane. I'm not going to wear ripped jeans. I'm not going to wear jog pants. I'm not going to wear high heels or anything like that. I will wear something nice, something that is practical. For instance, most likely I would wear a pair of trousers, and I will not go barefoot on the plane. I would wear something. I would wear, for instance, a wrap. I like cashmere wraps because then you don't have to use the blankets, and you can use it as a scarf. You can use it as a wrap. You can use it as a blanket. That's very, very handy. That kind of thing. I hope that was helpful, Elle. Inge, must a winter coat have the same color like sweater and pants? No, it doesn't have to. Because, I mean, once you have your coat closed, you can only see the coat and the bottom part of the coat. And a winter coat is an investment piece that you will keep for years. So it will be difficult to have, the color, a winter coat is the same color as the pieces underneath, because you're more likely to have new pieces. But it's good to have a coat in neutral colors, because neutral colors usually they go with most other colors. So get something neutral, and then you can wear whatever you want underneath. Okay, so we haven't got any more questions or comments. Thank you very much for your likes, your hearts. I've just have a new question from Fred Andino. What do you think of dressing age appropriate, and what does this mean? First of all, thank you, Solomon Overhead, for your super thanks. Thank you so much. Solomon Overhead said again and again, thank you for your wonderful insight and advice. You are fabulous. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Super thanks really helped me and my channel. It supports me. Thank you very much. So that's question, what is age appropriate? Some people think that age appropriate is, okay, you're 20, you dress as a 20-year-old, you're 70, you dress as a 70-year-old. Well, yes and no. I think age appropriate, for instance, for me would be, again, yes and no. With the age, for instance, if you're 70, don't try to dress like a 15-year-old. It's not going to go at all. And you're 15, don't dress like a 70-year-old, meaning if a 70-year-old dresses like Miss Marple, for instance, which is usually what we associate with the age of 60 plus, advise all my ladies not to dress like Miss Marple, but to modernize their style to make them look a little bit younger. That's what, for me, age appropriate means. For instance, I'm 60. I'm going to take an example of me. For instance, okay, I'm 16, 61 this year. I am not going to wear, again, crop pants. I'm not going to wear crop tops. I am not going to wear mini macro skirts. I am not going to wear things that are overly sexy. But I wear modern things. I mean, this is fairly modern. I wear that, but it's long. I'm going to. Okay, this dress is long, and it's a dress. I think it's lovely, feminine, and I don't think, actually, to be honest, Nobody has to wear crop top and macro skirts in order to look feminine. So I hope that was helpful for you. What is okay? We have another question. What if your lifestyle and fashion interests don't align? That's a good question. I think if your lifestyle and your fashion interest, your style don't align, there's a disjoint, a disconnect. So the best way is to ask yourself the question, and the best way is to journal it out. Ask question in your style journal. Why is there disconnect? Talk about your lifestyle. Talk about the fashion or the style, the pieces that you wear that don't really match or fit your lifestyle, and that will give you the answers. Always ask the question why. I hope that is helpful for you, Yvette. Beverly, I'm 5 foot and apple shaped and love the midi style. Do I need to rethink my choices? No, but you need to think more about the style and the shape of what you are wearing. For instance, is it overly tight around the middle? Because apple shape is all around the middle here. So what can you do in order to conceal a little bit the middle? Because some things are going to be too tight, and they might even emphasize, make the tummy area look bigger. So midi style, that's fine, as long as it's, again, it suits you, it makes the most of your shape. So I hope that was helpful for you, Beverly. Margaret, should you get dressed up to go clothes shopping? Yes. Do I have to get dressed up to go buy a baguette? Yes. Dressed up means, being well dressed in your day. Please, 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 please. And I'm sure all of you, as you are following me, do not, but for instance, do not wear ripped jeans, anything athleisure like those, sweatshirts or hoodies, Birkenstocks and that kind of shoes, jog pants, that kind of thing that really don't look good. This style, I would like to add that chic does not mean expensive. Exactly. And style does not have to be expensive. You have some ladies with very low budget who are always well dressed. And yes, and yet we have lots of examples of ladies with a large budget. I'm thinking about celebrities or women in the public eye, women with a huge budget who are really badly dressed. We all know these, low budget and high budget. And so really, it is not about money. Question from Ruth. I'm traveling from Australia to France this December. What style of coat should I buy? Thank you. Well, France in December. If you are in the north of France in December, it's going to be very cold. It's going to be snowing probably. It's going to be cold, especially the northeast, middle of France as well. Oh, I think I look or sound like the weather girl right now. But if you are in December in the south of France, it will be warmer, so you may not need a big, huge fur coat. The weather is warmer than. So always have a look at the weather channels on before you go. A question. I hope that was helpful for you, Ruth. Lara, we're traveling to Paris in June. Do we need a trench coat or a light jacket? Well, again, it's going to depend on forecast, but June starts to be quite warm in Paris. So maybe a light jacket, unless there's a lot of rain at the time, which you would see in the forecast, but maybe not the trench coat, unless you want to wear a trench coat, so that, for style, but a light jacket should do. Laurelie, a leg question. I have prominent veins on my shins, so I do not feel comfortable going bare-legged. What do you think about sheer toe nylons with summer sandals? You can find some of those nylons, as you say, without a toe. And then you will see as if you're not wearing any. So have a look for those toeless, what they called, tights, or how do you call them? Hose in America, you call them. Oh, thank you very much, Catholic Cowgirl, for your super thanks. If you're wearing a printed skirt, is it best to pair it with a plain top, or can you wear a printed top? Very good question. Depends. So my advice is going to be always go the simple way, because you won't make a mistake. So if you're wearing a printed skirt, wear it with a plain top so that the skirt is the focus. The print will attract the eye. You could wear a printed top, but then if you don't know too much about prints, you could make a mistake and have it really jarring. So you need to aim, if you want to aim for a harmonious look, go for a printed skirt, let's say in two colors, like most Frenchmen do usually. Let's say there's two colors, let's say blue and white. So you can add a top in navy or a top in white. Okay, so that's going to be the more elegant way to do it. But you can, let's say you want to wear two prints. Let's say, for instance, you're wearing a floral dress, and you can wear, for instance, a striped shirt. But the shirt has to be in the colors of the printed skirt. Otherwise, it's going to be jarring. So you need to either keep in the same color print, or one print and one solid top. I hope that was helpful for you, Catholic Girl. Okay, so that's it. I haven't got any more comments or questions. So that was a very good topic indeed. Let me know in the comments later on which kind of topics you would like a live stream to be on, in the next few weeks. So don't forget our video tomorrow on that video in French on how to style navy trousers. So again, thank you very much, everybody, for being live with us today on this live stream. Please take care of yourselves, and I speak to you next Thursday. Au revoir.